Yo, what's up guys? So today I thought I'd talk about Sacred Soil. This move is hella good, it's hella versatile, and frankly you could be using it better. We all could, because there's always a better way to utilize this ability. And to kind of stress that point, today we're going to be doing some VOD review, and we're back at E12S. I know I've covered this fight in a lot of my videos, I guess. I've kind of talked about it. But it's a really good fight as far as like your Sacred Soil usage, or at least I was really good at using Sacred Soil in this fight, and I felt like I got a lot of value out of it. Now forget the fight. The fight does not matter. E12S is irrelevant. It's been irrelevant. It's just, you know, echoes on and everything. Everyone has all the gear, but you can still learn from it. And you can kind of see, you can kind of find new ways to use Sacred Soil and learn how I find my timings and why my timings are the way they are, and I'll explain. Alright, so let's get into it and start this pull. So right away, the first thing that the boss does is she's going to hit us with a raid wide. Now your first instinct would be to bubble, right? Well, no. We've got a ton of shields, and the bubble would mitigate and then regen us, and that's actually losing value. It's losing value. So that would just overheal us. So just first mistake avoided. That's why I would not use a bubble on that AoE. Here, however, we're going to stack up, and you'll notice that I've just refreshed my dot. So I'm going to place this bubble during this window of opportunity because I don't want to stop casting Broil. May as well squeeze this bubble in here. So that's why I don't necessarily wait for the cast bar. Ravenous Reach, and then we have to stack in the bubble. So that right there is just a classic example of casting abilities during your dot refresh. Alright, so this right here is huge. What's about to happen is the tanks are going to take a tank buster. They're going to get hit twice, each of them. And then, like 5 seconds later, or 8 seconds later, we're going to get a raid wide. I'm going to cast my bubble before the tanks get even hit. And there's two reasons why I want to do this. A is, well, if I can mitigate for the tanks, and then also mitigate the room-wide AoE, I may as well do that with one Sacred Soil, right? The second reason is because if I cast it now, I'll have it back off of cooldown during Diamond Dust. So let's watch that. Alright, so I cast Fey Union on the Paladin, because I'm supposed to cover the Paladin, and so I do that. I cast the bubble, so he's got an extra 10% mitigation from the bubble, and a bit of regen, and then the Fey Union. And then the bubble, we have like 4 seconds, 3 seconds, so this is going to be really close to the raid wide, right? But watch the bubble disappear. The bubble has disappeared, and we still have the buff from the bubble for a whole server tick. Server tick's like 3 seconds or something. Look at that. We still have the buff. We still have the buff. Alright, now we've just lost our 10% mitigation and our bit of regen. So, before I started doing that, my solution to keeping everyone alive was to maybe cast an Indomitability, top everyone off, and then also cast an Excog on, say, the Paladin. Because if I need to cover the Paladin, right, I cast Excog, my like a really good single target spell. Well, there's always a better way to do things, and that was better. Alright, so if I had waited till the cast bar of that Maleficium, I think that's how you say it. If I had waited till after the tank busters to cast that previous Sacred Soil, I would not have Sacred Soil back off of cooldown right now. I would not. So this is why it's so important to search for these timings, because Sacred Soil is unlike anything else in this game. Like, you can... You just want it to be up during the damage, but it's 15 seconds long, right? And that can be at the beginning of that 15-second window or towards the end of it. It doesn't really matter. So long as your co-healer's not going psycho and just topping everyone off at the moment they take damage, then you're going to get value from that regen. And it's very, very flexible to move it forward and back. So, if you guys want to see me make a mistake, here it is. Here it is. So, look, I have 2 Aetherflow available. Well, I'm going to spend one on an Excog, which is a mistake. Now I only have 1 Aetherflow. What this means is that normally I want to, like right about here, cast a Sacred Soil. And that's to prep, get it out soon enough so that way it's back off a cooldown for the next raid wide, which is Earth and Fury. But instead, I have to hold it, so good on me, right? But that's okay. I'm human. I make mistakes. See, and I end up having to cast Sucker because of it. I don't think I would have had to cast that Sucker if I had the mitigation and regen from that last bubble. Alright, so here I've switched pulls because I did kind of botch the rest of that fight on that previous, on that last video. So we're going to kind of pick up after Titan phase in this fight. And so after, there's going to be one more like spread out. And then we're all going to run back center, and then we're going to eat a raid wide. And you're going to see how fast I cast this bubble. I cast it very early. So I do 1 GCD, and then I cast the bubble right now. So because this bubble was out so early, it helped regen us. We finally lose that bubble. See, this damage was only on the tail end of the bubble, but that's okay. It's okay. Now watch this. We have 5 seconds on bubble again. I'm going to refresh my, get more Aetherflow, and during this cast. So, bubble just came off of cooldown. Sacred Soil did. Now watch this. This is why I kind of inconvenienced myself on that last bubble, and it's for the sake of this one. So look at this. Cast it. We're stacked up. We all get hit by a beam, so it mitigates that. And we're soaking, we're marinating, right? We're marinating in the bubble, right? We're getting those juices. We're soaking them in, all right? And then we get a Maleficium. And the bubble's still up for another, like, 3 seconds. Perfect. Perfect. And that's pretty much all I wanted to show you guys. That's how powerful this ability is. You can block a ton of AoEs if they line up properly for the fight. And it helps the tanks, it helps heal. It's not just mitigation. You can get better at this using this ability. I could get better at it. You even saw I made a mistake. I'm a human, so I make those. And I also don't claim to be the best. Like, I claim to be good, but I'm not parsing, you know, I'm not getting 100 parses. I'm a safe healer, but I like greeding where it's safe to greed. Getting to this point in a fight takes practice, and it's like a constantly evolving thing. And I think that someone asked me, do I plan these fights in reverse? Yeah, I do. You want to bubble at a certain moment? Well, it's kind of like this game of, well, how do I get a free bubble before then? Because I know I need it at this exact moment. Maybe I can squeeze one in before then for free, and it just wouldn't really hurt anything. And that's how the better you get with this kind of stuff, then the less suckers or bad spells, frankly, you have to cast. So people wonder why do the good players, why does it seem like they never have to heal the tanks, or they just never have to heal the party, or at least not as much? this is why. This is why. So, hopefully this was helpful. It was a little bit of a rant, and it was kind of the same thing over and over, but it's so important. I thought it just best to beat it into your head. So, yeah, cool.